Taggart. Over to Teach Out. Teach Out over the left circle. Back to Taggart. The one-time shot. Bird scores! Philomena Taggart gets the goal. Lakers on top. It's a power play goal.
Good move. She's going to be taken out of the ice. No call. Back here gets number one to Teach Out. Teach Out moving in one-on-one down the wing. Using her speed. Takes a shot. And she scored! Megan Teach Out. And the Lakers take the 1-0 lead.
Hockey night in Oswego starts now.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I think you could build a house here with how many bricks are being laid in this game.
That is a rapid nosedive, and it is at the point of no return, guys.
Final rematch, game one between the Oswego State Lakers and the number 12 team in the country coming to town, the Cortland Red Dragons. Hello everyone, Thomas Turgeon with you alongside Kyle Spizak here on the call to get you through tonight's game between Cortland and Oswego. Cortland coming in 4-0 to start the year after sweeps against Buffalo State and Stevenson. Oswego coming in on a 3-game winning streak after beating Canton following a 2-game sweep against Morrisville. Kyle, your thoughts to open up tonight's contest?
It's going to be a really competitive game. Their last 7 matchups have all been decided with either a tie or a 1-goal difference. So if history proves right, this will be a really close game, but Oswego's got to watch out for some key players on Cortland, like Mia Lasnik, as she's been on fire so far this year. Oswego's going to have to try to slow down this Cortland team.
Cortland in red and white, Oswego in the green, gold, and white. To start off tonight's contest, starting lineups, Hudon, Shines, and Corbett. With the forward line for Oswego, Cortland, Kramer, Donegan, and Cromer. For the Red Dragons, defensive pair, Lauren Schell and Zenstein for Oswego State. Cortland on the other hand, Delacourt and Bourgeois for the Red Dragons. Molly Gorgon in net for the Cortland Red Dragons. Lexi Levy at the other end, trying to continue her hot start here at the Oswego State program as the puck gets dumped in by Hudon. First line change out, Shines on the forecheck where Cortland will look to break out, and it's chipped right back out by Losnick. Losnick down the right side, tries to feed one on. That one goes just wide. Kramer battling for as it's picked right back up by the Lakers and cleared to the neutral zone as it goes down the length of the ice, down the bottom of the circle. Hall the first one on the forecheck. Bednarek to join as well. Malone picks up the loose puck, brings it deeper into the defensive zone for Cortland as it's cleared all the way around by the Red Dragons. Oswego loses possession at the blue line. It's taken back by Cortland. It's going to be Anneborn bringing it in behind the net of Lexi Levy. Puts on the brakes. Anneborn looks to feed one out in front and sticked away by Zemlak out in front. Bednarek on the half wall with Malone. It's grabbed back by Anneborn. Taken back by Oswego as Malone finds Hull in the center. Hull attempts to dump it in. The puck gets knocked away, and Cortland's got a break now. Oswego gets caught on a change. It's brought back in by the Red Dragons. Corralled back up top and sent right back in by Persinger, but it's taken back by Haas. A pass intended for McGrath. Misses her skate, but right on Gorgon for not really her first save of the game, but she'll smother the puck and we'll have our first stoppage of play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a save on the stat sheet because it did go on net towards the goalie, but like you said, very routine, just had to drop down, cover that one up. The start to this game is kind of what we expected. Honestly, Cortland's been a team that's been on fire the last couple of weeks, and they've come out showing it.
Face-off won by Haas and Oswego State. Preston sends it down for Grugan. Throwing one on goal. That one gets deflected away. And cleared right back up, though, by the Red Dragons. It's Schnorr down the near side. She'll dump it in. The first one on the forecheck will be Telewicki, and they'll be covered up by Levy. And in a matter of really less than 30 seconds, we have our second stoppage. 17:57 remaining here in this first period of play here on WTOP 10. The majority of the students have left for Thanksgiving break, but there's a few around here in the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as the women's hockey team also in action on Tuesday against William Smith before they get to go home and celebrate a little bit of holiday cheer. Nonetheless, a big contest to start off the weekend Friday here against the number 12 team in the country. Face-off won by Oswego. It's Preston looking for McGrath. Banks the pass, finds Grugan. Grugan down the far side. Looking to feed one out in front for Haas. It gets knocked down and taken back, though, by Metcalf. McGrath getting a stick into her kitchen and really dumps it right back in as she was contested very heavily. Kept in, though, by the Red Dragons. Haas looks to clear. As it's knocked right back in by Metcalf, a delayed offside. Zenstein just fires it into open ice. That'll go off the boards and all the way down for an icing.
And not much that you can really pick apart so far in this game, as we're not even 3 minutes into the period yet to start. But some takeaways that I've noticed early into this game is Cortland's been really in the driver's seat. They've been maintaining possession of the puck, skating with it on their stick, while Oswego's been missing their passes, not by much, a few inches, but you got to hit the mark on that.
A good start really for both teams as McGrath dumps it in. A little hesitant on the forecheck as a couple of her line mates get a change. Burke will pick up the puck along the boards and just send it in deep in the offensive zone, but Cortland able to really bank it out as it's taken by Kramer and dumped out. Cromer now on it as her and Zenstein try and get the puck deep into the Cortland offensive zone. It's taken back by Shell. She's pressured by Danny Donegan, awarded with the only goal in that Newell semifinal. The fluky bounce that ended the Oswego State Lakers season just a year ago. As we'll see our first penalty of the game coming up, it will be going to Lauren Shell. Cortland will go on the power play. It'll be for a hold. Oswego gets a good test to start off their penalty kill so far right now.
Yeah, this will be a good test for Oswego to go down 5-on-4 to start the game here early in the game. As we take a look over here at the replay, just trying to get possession of the puck. It gets a weird angle, stick gets tied up. Unfortunately, Oswego is down a player now, and they got to kill this off for the next 2 minutes.
Oswego 81% on the penalty kill this season. They allowed 2 goals last weekend on the power play against Morrisville. So it's taken by Bednarek, scooped up though by Malone, carrying it down the near side, bringing it all the way in. Looks a drop pass for Bednarek, one-timer, pad stopped by Gorgon. And it's cleared right back out though by Cortland. It'll be Delacourt down the far side.
What an opportunity on the shorthanded play there to try to get something in front, get that one-timer opportunity.
Delacourt just sends it around. A race for it was Zemlak. Malone looks to get it. She'll take a swing. It'll go off the Cortland defender and out to the neutral zone. A last-minute change, miscommunication for Oswego. A 2-on-2 now. Cortland gets some fresh legs as well. Is brought back in by the Red Dragons. They'll try and set up shop. It's going to be Bourgeois. Fed out in front. Pass gets knocked away and comes free loose and sent all the way out. Haas racing for it as it goes down the length of the ice. Her and Losnick battling for it, and a race towards the corner as she gets pinned up, trying to eat some clock away. 53 seconds remaining in this power play for Cortland, and the penalty to Lauren Shell. McGrath trying to really get in the kitchen of Donegan once again and sends her all the way to the corner as Cortland really hasn't been able to set anything up so far on this power play opportunity as it's going to be Losnick. Back over for Donegan. Sent back up top for Bourgeois, back for Donegan. Over the far side, Losnick shot pad saving to the opposite corner it goes. Good save for Lexi Levy to set things up again. Bourgeois for Donegan, back for Bourgeois. Over for Losnick. Fed on front, a redirection there by Metcalf. That goes just wide. Metcalf back for Bourgeois at the top. Dropped over for Donegan on the near side. Back for Bourgeois. Shot coming on. That one got blocked in front. Preston brings it to the boards. The Lakers return to full strength and kill off their first penalty of the game. It's back over for Donegan. Looking to get a shot on. Pulls a couple moves. Save. Rebound. Clear to the corner. McGrath looking to get it out. Hull trying to just get some free ice with it. Oswego looking to get a change. Hull bringing it in as a few of the Lakers will get a change. Hull driving towards goal. She gets taken down. And Gorgon will cover. Overall, though, a great penalty kill to start off tonight's matchup against Cortland. But at the end of the day, you look at the goaltending, though. Lexi Levy, a few key stops to start off. Last weekend, it's a few key stops so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you don't win Newell Goalie of the Week for no reason at all whatsoever. She has been extremely deserving of it. Just really the heart of this team so far, besides Ashlyn McGrath to start the season. Levy's kept them in a lot of tight games, making good saves that allowed Oswego to come out with the win. And so far in this game, she's already made a few really clutch saves to keep it 0-0.
Webster, a one-timer, really fanned on it, but it's picked up by Malone. Back up top for Webster. She'll fire one on, patted away by Gorgon into the far side corner. Bednarek on the forecheck as she takes a tumble. Forecheck looking good so far for Oswego. Hull on it. Picked right back up Malone. Finds the center is Bednarek. Webster picking up the loose puck. Carrying it into the far side corner, but sends it all the way around. Really, Oswego couldn't really get anything going there. An intended pass, though, for Schnorr was an icing, but it was beaten out by Telewicki. It's kept in by Cortland. Looking to clear, though, is Oswego. Finds Bednarek. Centers it for Corbett. And Corbett down the far side. Shot sticked away by Gorgon rather simply as Cortland will reset. McCabe. She gets taken down. That'll be a penalty, and it'll be going to Morgan Shines. Oswego back on the penalty kill again as McCabe takes a tumble. Shines will go to the box. Plain and simple, that's a trip every day of the week. And a second power play opportunity for the Cortland Red Dragons.
Yeah, rough start for Oswego here, taking 2 penalties in the first half of the first period. That one, not really much she could do on that. Her stick just kind of, she was making a play on the puck, stick on in the way. That's not an intentional penalty by any means, just accidental. Nothing you can really do about that. But Oswego looked really good on their penalty kill in the first penalty kill of this period. Had a few mistakes, that line change. Luckily, Cortland was caught sleeping on that, so Cortland could not take advantage of it. But overall, a pretty decent penalty kill so far in the first period.
Oswego would clear it out. Haas was on the forecheck. Bourgeois behind the net of Gorgon to reset things. They couldn't really get anything going. Not much possession time. A couple key stops at the end, though. Cortland will bring things in. It's Donegan on the near side. Back up top for Bourgeois. Back for Donegan at the circle. Back right up top in the center for Bourgeois. Donegan pulls a U-turn there, and she'll send it deep. Intended for MacArthur. Really just hops right off her stick. McGrath tries to bank it off the boards. Cannot, but gets it right back. And sticked right back in the neutral zone by Bourgeois. Cortland bringing it right back in. As they look to reset, it's going to be Donegan trying to hold it on the ice. And a little bit of a miscue on the change, it seems. A 3-on-4 now for Cortland. But shoveled out all the way down the length of the ice, right on the stick of Molly Gorgon. As she'll play it off. Oswego looking to get a quick change. However, it almost beat him to it, but Cortland able to really lose advantage of that opportunity as the pass was no good. A shot coming on there, and an easy save by Lexi Levy right above the crest of the Laker logo. 44 seconds remain in this power play for Cortland. Nonetheless, Oswego gets a lucky break there on the change due to a miscue on the pass.
Yeah, they've had a few lucky breaks so far in this first period. I mean, a lot of them have been on the change aspect. They're just not changing at the right time. And it's given Cortland the opportunity for these rushes, as we saw there. Almost turned into a 2-on-0 on Levy.
Hudon looks to sweep it out of the zone. A good block, though, by the captain as she'll carry it up to the neutral zone. Rachel Corbett looking to really just slam it right into the the Cortland defensive zone to kill off some time. 27 seconds remaining in this power play for the Red Dragons. It's going to be Losnick down the left-hand side, bringing it behind the net, looking for the wraparound. Gets knocked down. Cromer back up top for Delacourt. Over now for Losnick, back for Delacourt. Corbett looks to pressure, but peels back as Oswego looking a little passive on their penalty kill as it's slid back over. A shot coming on, deflected over and blocked away by Levy. As Oswego has gone 2 for 2 so far on the penalty kill. A good start for Mark Digby's team. Not really any quality opportunities for Oswego, but nonetheless, it's going to be a close contest. But speaking of close contest, the women's team, not the only team in action for Oswego State tonight. The men's team in action down at the IRA against the number 3 team in the country, the Geneseo Ice Knights. Currently a 1-1 score line there. Goals by Peter Morgan and back-to-back goals within 20 seconds. So an eventful evening at the IRA for the men's hockey team so far. But nonetheless, it's scoreless here as Brett Fudger got the goal for Oswego State, assisted by Danny Colabufo. An interesting contest down in the Ra-Cha-Cha. Nonetheless, Cortland Oswego 0-0, and they'll go on the power play. A first penalty to Cortland, shot coming on there. Missed the penalty, actually, on that call for Cortland, but we'll find out in just a minute. Cromer for tripping as Oswego will try and set up their power play. Zenstein back for Webster, over, back to Sarah. Zenstein tries to fire one on, gets deflected wide as Hull got a stick on it, looks to clear. Zenstein can't keep it in. Levy gets the puck as she'll look to play it. Flips one up and gets it all the way out to center ice. McGrath looks to get it in deep.
How about the sauce on that pass?
You didn't even see it wiggle at all, and it's just a nice crisp saucer pass right all the way up to center ice. It's Haas looking for Zemlak. A little miscue on the pass, but she keeps it in. Zemlak, Bednarek. Nice dish over to Haas. Fed one out in front, deflection, and oh, what a save. Molly Gorgon, as the shot there goes off the skate of McGrath. Keeps things scoreless, a minute to go in this power play, but Kyle, a huge save by Molly Gorgon on the redirection.
Yeah, what a save by Gorgon here. As we can see, Haas takes a shot there. It goes off the inside skate of McGrath, redeflects right towards the 5-hole of Gorgon, but she shuts that down. That whole play starts, though, because, you know, Levy put a little extra marinara on that pass down in the other end.
Little nice sauce there, but nonetheless, Oswego State on the possession. Grugan pinned against the boards. McGrath battling for it as well. McCabe joins in. So Oswego really being aggressive in this game. McGrath picks it up. Looks to feed one out in front was Gorgon. McGrath again. She's on a goal streak, so wouldn't be surprised to see her name on the stat sheet. Looking to feed one out in front for 13 in white, but it miscued over the stick. Webster on it. Takes the shot. Puck rolls a little off her stick. It's scooped up by Shines. 23 seconds remaining on this power play. Zemlak back for Shines. Shot on. That's stick down. One more time. That one gets blocked, and the Red Dragons are fortunate enough to clear as they'll go for a wholesale change. Oswego will make a few of their own. 10 seconds remain in this power play. It looks like Cortland will kill off their first penalty of the contest, going to Cromer, and they will as Cortland returns to full strength. The intended pass out in front by Shines. No one there. Preston on the forecheck there was Cromer coming fresh out of the box. As sent right back in by Cortland. Preston on the opposite side finds Hudon as that bounces off her stick. As Cortland tries to hold the line, that was Johnson dumped right back in. A 50-50 contest so far in this game, and we'll see how this plays out. And 8:34 remaining here in this first period of Newell play. A couple interesting stat lines coming into today. Canton beating Potsdam up in Maxey Hall. 4-3 was the final in regulation. So Canton gets a break on the Bears as Oswego did lose to Potsdam a couple of weeks ago. Although they did beat Canton, so we'll see. Oswego looking to get another win to make it 4 in a row before traveling to Cortland tomorrow against these Red Dragons the very next day. Picked right back up is MacArthur. She fires one. That one was intended to go wide, intended to deflect it towards goal, but that one no luck. So the puck gets looking to clear, but it's kept right back in though by Persinger. As Cortland will reset, it's going to be Losnick. Bringing it towards center, dishes one off for Eichmann. Shot got blocked by Preston. trying to just get it clear and get a change. They cannot, as they'll fight along the blue line. Corbett flips it as it goes off the boards and finds the neutral zone. Oswego looking to get a change. Gates finds Corbett. He'll get a change. Couple forwards off. Maya Booth with it. Just banks one off the boards, finds Gates again. She'll just send it one more time in the zone. She'll get a change, and fresh legs come on for Oswego. A Red Dragon takes a tumble closer towards the Ad Pro logo on the boards. Lizzie Burkont now just sends it right back into the opposite corner as Kira Costas, the first one on it for the Lakers, but cleared right back up, though, by the Red Dragons. A redeflection by Metcalf goes down. Didn't really reach the neutral zone in time, but it will be an icing for Oswego, and they'll have a face-off in the Cortland neutral zone.
All the way down. Down in Cortland's off defensive zone, the face-off will be in. A lot of stuff happened in the last couple of minutes of play there, Turge. We saw some huge blocks for Oswego. Riley Preston taking one off of the Laker flag on their pants. And that penalty kill was really solid. The power play looked pretty good in its own regards. They didn't manage to get one up on the board, but they had some really good opportunities, and they made Grogan work to keep this a 0-0 game.
As Cortland and Oswego, another icing for the Red Dragons, so they won't be able to change. Mucha on the face-off would lose it as it was won by Raymond. Zenstein holding the blue line, then backs off as Cortland's able to clear. We'll see what Shell does with it. She tries to dump it in, but fans on it as Cortland will dump it in, and they'll finally get a change, long awaited. As Oswego looks to fly the zone quick, Burke tries to clear it out. It's taken right back, though, by Donegan. Her and Burke get tied up, but it's taken back as Kramer with Donegan as well as Cromer. Donegan just works her way all the way around, but then collides with the official. A fortunate miscue there by the Stripes as well as Cortland's own Donegan as it's dumped in by Mucha. Hall, the first one on the forecheck, she picks it up. As Oswego will go to work. Malone looks to feed it for Bednarek on that back door, but it's cleared out by the Red Dragons. It's going to be Cromer down the right side. Zemlak, the defenseman. Bednarek there as well. As Oswego tries to regroup, Malone puts on the gas, trying to move the puck a little bit and finds Hall looking for Malone. Malone trying to get by Bourgeois, but ties her up. Zemlak tries to knock down the pass, but it's taken back by Cortland. Shot, she scores! It's going to be Grace Schnorr roofing one top right over Lexi Levy. And a miscue on the pass leads to it in the back of the net. And Cortland gets the first goal in today's contest. Grace Schnorr, the assistant captain, finding her first goal of the year in her 5th game.
And if we take a look here at the replay, just nothing Levy can do on that one. She gets put on a 1-on-0 opportunity. A great shot from Schnorr to just put that one right over Levy's left shoulder. And really the tell of the day for Oswego so far has been defensive collapse, especially when it comes to the neutral zone. They have given up several odd man rushes throughout the course of this game so far, and those are going to be crucial if you keep giving those up, because Cortland's a good team. They're going to start to capitalize on more and more of them.
A chip by Grugan intended for McGrath, but Cortland beats it out, and that'll be an icing as it was McCabe racing for it with McGrath, but we're lost speed there. Nonetheless, Oswego will have a face-off in the defensive zone again. Unfortunate bounce, luck of the draw. Oswego can't get a change. Haas on the face-off for Oswego State. It's going to be Losnick on the draw for Cortland as it's won by the Red Dragons. As Cortland resets, picks it right back up, was going to be MacArthur at the point. Over for Anborn, dumped right back in though by this Cortland team. And trying to keep it in and kill some clock. A 1-0 game so far in favor of the Red Dragons. Schnorr getting a fortunate bounce and finds one upstairs late here in this first period of play here on WTOP 10. Cortland leading 1-0. Shines on the forecheck, keeps it in. Looking to feed one out in front was Korb as the puck got deflected. Zenstein on the fake on the shot. Finds Shines, back for Zenstein, shot, save, rebound out in front, and it's a skirmish as bodies fly and 5 Red Dragons collapse on Molly Gorgon to make sure that puck didn't end up finding the back of the net. It remains 1-0, but a huge opportunity for Oswego State.
And what a look that was for Oswego. Zenstein finding, I believe that was Shines down, or Corbett, sorry, down in the corner, and then she finds Zenstein crashing right back in front. Perfect one-timer opportunity. Gorgon making a good play to step up, keep that one out of the net.
Hudon, a shot on the one-timer pass, can't get it on goal. Shell on the pinch, trying to keep it in. Hudon will, slap shot low, deflected by Shines, and another huge stop by Molly Gorgon, who's really been the highlight for this team so far. Keeping him in it, a 1-0 scoreline. That was the score, winning in the Newell semifinal. She was lights out in that game. Really, both goaltenders were. Joanna Hebert got the start in that game. An interesting contest as it was back in March. Oswego looking to turn the tape a little bit. They did win the season series last year against Cortland in the regular season. Is picked right back up, though, by Donegan. Sends it right back low. It's going to be Kramer. Throws one intended for goal, but deflected away, and that one goes wide. It's going to be Cromer. As Oswego has pressure along the boards, Burke finds it, tries to just lunge at it and have it clear the defensive zone. They'll regroup, find some open ice, and break things out a little bit. Stretch pass finds Mucha as she tries to get by Donegan, cannot. As Mucha takes a swing at the stick, cannot get anything going there. It's going to be Delacourt dumping things in for the Red Dragons. 3:05 remaining here in this first period of play. An intended pass for Bednarek. That gets knocked down, but sent right back in, though, by Cortland. Kirakakis the first one on it. Looking to clear, cannot. It's sent down low, back for Cortland. As cleared out by Oswego State. It's going to be Telewicki trying to get it in, but instead it'll be Persinger dumping it in. Finds Zenstein, a miscue. Redirected right on front, looking for the shot. Save, rebound. As Cortland tries to reset, it's going to be Schnorr. Already has one, looking for two. Tries to dump it in. It got blocked. Hull on the pressure. Oswego didn't really have anyone flying the zone with her. Zenstein just sends it to really crowded ice as they try and free it up a little bit. Malone with it. She gets tied up right in front of the Oswego bench. It's dumped in by Lauren Schell. A couple will get a change. As Cortland looks to break out, Oswego hasn't really gotten anything offensively going besides that one opportunity since the Schnorr goal to be trailing 1-0. McGrath looks to scoop it. Instead, Grugan will. Brings it in, pulls a nice toe drag. McGrath with the screen, tries to send one out in front. That got knocked down by Gorgon. Right back up for Haas. Looks for McGrath for a one-timer, and she was tied up by a Red Dragon out in front. It's going to be Anneborn. She'll dump it in. Webster and Lasnik, the first two on it. McGrath picks it up, finds Haas in the center, looks to burn by McCabe, cannot. A shot there, got deflected by Grugan. 7-on-7 was Anneborn and Grugan. Couldn't get anything going. Cortland looking to set up. 1:25 remaining here in this first period of play. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you on the call. As McGrath, she'll try and bring it in. Look for a change as well, but couldn't really get in too deep. Bednarek will, though. She'll just dish it right into just open ice. No one there. A little bit of a turnover as Cortland looks to bank one off the boards. It's kept in, though, by Hull. Hull dishes one down from Malone. Couldn't get a stick on it. Malone back up top. Preston. Preston finds Booth on the far side. Back down low for Hull. Over for Booth. Slides it right back over to Preston. A shot coming on, deflected wide. Cortland looking for a change. Oswego retaining possession. Hull for Booth, keeps it at the blue line just barely. This is dropped off for Bednarek, looking for a shot. She winds up, chop shot there. That one gets blocked by Gorgon. Kept in, though, by the Lakers as it goes off the skate of Bednarek. Cortland able to clear. It's flipped up high in the air by Losnick as they'll go down the length of the ice. Cortland finally gets a change, but good solid 30-45 seconds there for Oswego State in the offensive zone. They're winning the shot battle, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter on the shots, it matters on the goals. It's 1-0 Cortland here with about 10 seconds remaining in this first period of play. Preston on it. She'll just try and eat that clock away, try and be a smart decision. And you go into the end of the first period down 1-0 for Oswego State. They're outshooting Cortland by 9-4, so you can't really be too disappointed with that first period of play for Oswego. They won really the majority of the one-on-one battles. They had a lot of offensive opportunities, but at the end of the day, it is 1-0. Cortland, they are number 12 in the nation for a reason, going in 4-0 to start this year. They did have wins against Stevenson and Buff State. It doesn't really show much of how they are as a team.
That's what, I mean, really, if you take a look at the first period, it was a good performance on both teams' ends. Cortland, really, really good use of the forecheck. Their forecheck was really solid, especially in the second half of that first period. I want to point that out. Just in the neutral zone in specific, there was about a 3-4 minute stretch. My apologies. There was a 3-4 minute stretch there where Oswego was just not able to get the puck past the red line. Cortland's forecheck was just keeping everything in Oswego's zone. And on the flip side of things, Oswego's offense looked really solid throughout the course of the game. Their defense had some blunders throughout the first period.
Their defense has some blunders, really a little bit of a communication game, it seems. Oswego getting some lucky breaks where Cortland made their own mistakes, and Oswego was able to really get away with a few, as it currently remains a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, 1-0 at the end of the day. If you're Oswego, you can't really complain about that. You played a hard period. Like you said, shots are 9-4 right now in favor of Oswego. Cortland's got a really solid goalie down in there in Gorgon. She's been playing solid all game. She's kept them in it in a lot of these situations, making some huge one-time saves that Oswego's had some really good opportunities on, just haven't found the back of the net yet.
And you look at going into this week, a lot of the things that Oswego was looking to work on really were the simple things. Passing was an issue in that game against Morrisville. They threw a lot of speed on those passes, but they weren't able to catch it. What can you attest to the passing so far for Oswego?
The first couple of minutes, the passing looked very similar. It was either hitting their sticks, just bouncing off, not able to handle them, or they were missing them by a few inches, not hitting the mark. But after those first couple of minutes wore off and they settled in, the passes looked really crisp. And we pointed out the one pass, for example, from Lexi Levy, and we were talking about how much sauce she put on that, airing it halfway down the ice and hitting McGrath perfectly on the tape. So improvement without a doubt from last game, but Cortland's a much better team than Canton was last week, so Oswego's got to step it up.
You look at the shots on goal now, 14-13. It's been a 50-50 contest. No team capitalizing on the special teams so far. Really, it's been a 50-50 game. It's been determined by even strength. And you look at this team right now, Oswego being very competitive against Cortland. We expected that. You talked about the matchup history before puck drop. And really, it was a one-goal game determined for all of these games last year against the Red Dragons. But nonetheless, it's been a close game so far. And, I mean, you look at this, you got to be a little more cautious with Oswego State on your communication. Your changes need to be a lot more cleaner.
Yeah, definitely. That's been the issue, is the communication. They got caught doing some really bad line changes. We pointed that out during the game. That led to 2, 3, 4 different 2-on-0, 3-on-0 opportunities for Cortland. Luckily, Levy steps up and knocks down most of those opportunities, but we did have that one opportunity there. Levy comes down, it's a 1-on-0 on her, and Schnorr is able to just lift it over her left shoulder. If there wasn't much she could do on that, she didn't have any help from her defense.
Little bit benefit for Lexi Levy, keeping this game a 1-0 score line to keep Cortland really at bay. But we'll see what the second period brings, as we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, second period hockey is next. You're watching women's hockey on WTOP 10. Welcome back to the Deborah Stanley Ice Arena for period 2 of Oswego State versus number 12 Cortland here on a lovely and brisk Friday night. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you to guide you through all the chaos that was the first period of play. A 50-50 contest, whatever way you look at it, but a 1-0 score for the road team. Cortland taking the lead late in that first period. Schnorr from Gaffney. It's been 50-50 as both teams went 0 for 1 for Oswego and 0 for 2 for Cortland on the power play. We'll see how things go for period 2. Kyle, what can we expect?
I mean, it's a bit chilly temperature-wise in here, but the action has been hot so far to start the game. As we're getting ready here for the second period puck drop. First period was very close, went both ways. Just one opportunity went the way of Cortland more than it did Oswego, but plenty of opportunities both sides of the ice. So we're in for an eventful second period here, Thomas.
Face-off won by the Red Dragons. It's scooped right back up and dumped in, though, by Delacourt. She'll dump it in the near side. Went off the skate of Shell and cleared right back up center ice. Shines rings it in as it goes all the way down behind the net. Knocked down by Gorgon. Cleared around the far side. Held in, though, by Zenstein, and she takes a chop at it. Bouncing, spinning puck into the glove of Molly Gorgon. First save of the second period for Cortland.
Yeah, that one's just a routine ground ball right there, you know. Kind of just bounces right up into her glove. Easy save for Gorgon to start off the second period. Oswego, though, good momentum to get a shot on this early in the period. Just got to keep just blistering Gorgon, and hopefully one of them goes in.
Shot there by Webster. Fed on from Malone. A pad save by Gorgon. She's had a few of them. Bednarek takes a Red Dragon to the boards. It's kept in. Zemlak fires one on. Blocked away by Gorgon as that one goes off the boards and wide. Webster a shot on. That got through but went wide as well. Bednarek puts on the brakes. Pressured by Losnick. Is sent right down for Malone. She gets pinned to the boards by Bourgeois. Back for Malone, a deflection. Kept in, though, by Webster. Sent to the far side. Dumped right back in by Bednarek for Malone behind the net. Tries to send one out in front. Cortland finally gains possession. Zill try and clear. Bednarek knocks it down, but a couple more whacks, and you finally find yourselves free, and you'll get a change for the Cortland Red Dragons. It's sent right back up, though, immediately by the Lakers. A drop pass by Grugan. Going to drop it off for McGrath, but found Zemlak instead. Dumped in as McGrath beats out the icing. Grugan cycles it right back down low for McGrath, but it's knocked away by MacArthur. Finds the near side and sent up to the neutral zone, and Webster looks to try and knock things down, but instead takes down Schnorr instead. Cortland will go on another power play. Oswego getting in penalty trouble as is. 0 for 2 in that first period, but eventually Cortland's going to cash on one of these, you got to guess.
Yeah, I mean, Cortland being as strong of a team as they are, and Oswego has had penalty kill trouble throughout the year, and there's no excuse for that penalty right there. That's just a lazy penalty, trying to reach and use the stick instead of pumping the legs and catching up to make a play there. Oswego finds themselves down, and like you said, it's just a matter of time if they keep taking penalties till Cortland capitalizes.
Donegan, Losnick, fed on in front of a one-timer. That one goes just wide. McGrath trying to clear. She won't, and it's barely kept in by Bourgeois. Sent down below is Metcalf. Back up Donegan, and she was pressured by Haas, so she had to send it right back down low. Zenstein looking to send it right back up that strong side. Is kept in down low by Zenstein. Finds some open ice. Shell racing for it. Donegan the first one there, though, by Cortland. Drops it off for Bourgeois again. She'll pivot, finding Donegan again. She'll walk it in. Shot there, blocked by Shell. Donegan, fed bright, back up top. Bourgeois shot, save again by Levy. As Haas will take it, take a chop at it. Finally finds the neutral zone. Trying to get a quick change was McGrath. Bednarek will come on. Haas will get a change as well. A 2-on-2 the other way. Fed on front was Losnick. She got tied up by Shell. As Cortland resets, it's going to be Schnorr again, dropped off for Metcalf. Excuse me, Losnick, rather. She cycles it right back in for Cromer, but it's cleared out by Lauren Shell. That'll go down the length of the ice. 40 seconds remain in this power play opportunity for Cortland on the penalty to Avery Webster for tripping. Is brought back right up by Losnick. Sent right back down, though, by Preston as the bouncing puck goes off the stick of Gorgon. And Cortland will reset. 20 seconds remaining on this power play opportunity for the Red Dragons. Putting on the brakes there was Delacourt, dropping it off for Losnick, and she fans on it. Corbett will take it and send it right back in. Oswego looking to kill off this penalty. They got 5 seconds until they will. As Cortland looks to bring it out, it's going to be Delacourt trying to dish one over to McCabe, but cannot. Preston knocks off the pass. They return to full strength, and it's dumped right back in, though, by the Red Dragons. Booth, the first one on it, shovels it over for Mucha. As she looks to clear, but she gets taken down, and it's sent right back in, though, by Johnson. Booth, the first one on, but the puck comes free in favor of Cortland. Mucha with a stick on, gets tied up. It's held in, though, by the Red Dragons. Johnson takes a swing and a miss, and dumps it right back in. Preston gathers the loose puck, looking for a breakout for Hudon, but cannot as she gets taken down. Oswego can't get anything going. They look like they need a change, though, as the lines are a little shuffled right now, as they haven't really been able to get a clean change since that penalty. Save on by Levy as Corbett flips it out to center ice. Mucha brings it across, a 1-on-4. She gets by, gets a shot on, and draws a penalty to boot. And Oswego will go on a power play from one penalty to another. It just seems like a back and forth type of game on the ice as well as the penalty box, as Cortland will go to the penalty box this time for a trip as well.
Yeah, very unpredictable game to say the least, as Oswego goes down on that penalty kill. They manage to kill that one off. And then Cortland really takes control of the game after that, running the puck down in Oswego's zone. But then that opportunity right there, Mucha takes on a 1-on-4 opportunity. Not much chance to do anything with that, but she powers through it, and she's able to draw a penalty out of it. So now Oswego has 2 minutes, a man up.
Oswego already 0 for 1 on the power play so far. It's going to be Hull bringing it across. She slowly walks it in behind the net. Sent one right back up for Haas as they'll try and set up the power play. Zenstein with the fake. Brings it back towards the middle. Fires a shot there. That one gloved away by Gorgon as she tries to sweep it to the corner. Haas back up for Zenstein. She's got Benrick on the point. Zenstein again, pump fakes, looks for a shot there. It will come on, but it will get blocked out in front by Eichmann. Kept in, though, by Oswego. Looking for the backdoor pass was Malone. As that one got deflected, and it's cleared out by Cortland. That'll be MacArthur as it gets knocked down by Levy. Oswego stay a couple good possessions to start it off, but nothing going. Zenstein now looks to dump it in as she will. Hull will be the first one to forecheck for the Lakers. Bourgeois there for Cortland as she gets taken down by Hull, but the puck comes free to a Cortland defender. That was going to be Metcalf and cleared down the length of the ice. Zenstein picks it up, drops it off for Webster. 40 seconds remaining here in this second period of play. Shines, finds Grugan in the center, as she'll bring it in. Pauses, waits, looks to feed one out in front for Shines, but cannot as the puck went spinning rather, and it's grabbed back up by McGrath. Trying to knock it down was Zemlak, cannot, as it rolls and hops off of her stick. And they'll regroup. Webster dumping it off for McGrath. She'll pause, finds Shines. Looking intended for Webster, no really communication there as it goes down the length of the ice, right on the stick of Lexi Levy. She's gonna cover it as Webster sends down a hard forechecking Mia Halasnik. 1 second left on the power play. It looks like Cortland will escape another penalty. No team converting on the special teams so far. 13:25 remaining here in this second period of play here on WTOP 10. Shot coming on there. That one goes wide. The wraparound opportunity, nothing there, as there was a tie-up. As Oswego looking to battle for it. Kirikostas finds it. Preston behind the net. Mucha battling for it. The puck comes free on the back door. Trying to flip it up, though, there was Losnick, as she could not. It's cleared to the corner. Kirikostas looking to clear. Booth a shoveling backhand like she was shoveling up the snowfall from the last few days. Cannot clear it, though, as it's Preston. Oswego State looking to clear, cannot get anything going. Cortland maintaining the possession in the offensive zone for the last few minutes. Puck comes free. Booth just sends it to open ice. Burke on the forecheck. It's a one-on-one with Losnick. She just sweeps at it. Just gets it in deep to the offensive zone, so a couple of forwards could get a change. Cortland breaking right out. The deflection pass going down a majority of the length of the icing, and we will have an icing. Also, we do have an update live from the IRA. Oswego State up on the number 3 team in the nation, the Geneseo Ice Knights, 3-1. I know it's early, but Oswego looking to get their first ever victory against Geneseo since 2018.
Yeah, and that would be a huge win for Oswego. Obviously, the Lakers men's team's been on a roll lately. Geneseo, a bit of a down season in Geneseo standards, at least. Tying a few close games, losing one to Skidmore, and last weekend tying to Plattsburgh, which was very unexpected.
Oswego hasn't won in the IRA for as long as I've been here. I know that at least is the bare minimum for the Lakers as they look to really do the unthinkable for what few people have seen as impossible in a way over the last few years. Everyone but the men's team themselves believe that this year is the year that the night finally goes off the horse. But nonetheless, a shot there covered up by Gorgon. A 1-0 score here at the Deb as they'll kind of play flip-flop. The women's will go on the road tomorrow in Cortland. The men's back home here against Brockport tomorrow night. Brockport currently trailing to Cortland 5-0 after the first period of play. So a struggling Golden Eagles team early coming into the Deb tomorrow. So we'll see how that turns out. Webster finds open ice. Malone gets tied up and really sandwiched in between two Red Dragons as she'll bring it in across. Sends it behind the net, puts on the brakes, but cannot. Is taken away, though, by McCabe. She'll stomp on and throw some snow on the ice pretty much. And Cortland slows things down a little bit and regroups. Knocked right back, though, by Webster as it's taken back by Hull. Hull, a drop pass for Benrick, finds Benrick instead on the ricochet pass. Zemlak a shot, deflected and wide. Hull getting tied up behind the net by MacArthur. She'll send it right back down. They'll cycle. It's going to be Benrick bringing it out in front, finds Webster. Webster looking for a shot. She will. Shot save, goal! Mac Hull finds the back of the net on the redirection, and we have a 1-1 game.
And just like that, the tide has turned, no pun intended, as we are on a massive lake. But Oswego ties the game up 1-1 on a great tip in front from Mac Hull as we take a look at the replay here. And just right up there, we got a shot opportunity. Just a great tip, being able to get the stick on that puck, puts it right through the 5-hole of Gorgon. And Oswego ties this one up now 1-1. And Turge, I've said throughout the course of this season on many calls, Oswego's biggest strength is not having flashy plays. They are not a flashy team. They are a grit team, as Digby says quite often. And it's plays like that. That's what puts this Oswego team up. Not the flashy toe drags and all that. It's getting bodies in front of the net, taking away the goalie's vision, and banging home those second chance opportunities.
Mac Hull, her second goal on the year. She had a goal in the game against Morrisville on the road, being the empty net final fourth goal. As Cortland on the forecheck now, it's grabbed back by Eichmann. She gets taken down by Booth. This is Balfour along the boards was Haas. A shot coming on now. That gets gloved away by Levy in the near side corner. Cortland looking to set up something of their own. Oswego breaks out. Grugan on the nice sachet by, but can't get by Cromer as she brings it right back in. Cromer on this first line for Cortland with Kramer and Donegan. Fed out in front was a streaking Kramer, and the shot from the point is eaten right up by Oswego State goaltender Lexi Levy, as Simone Bednark and Webster getting the assist on the goal from Hull.
And what a shot from the top of Webster, keeping that one low. Not trying to snipe it or anything like that. Not trying to put it top shelf. Keeping it low, giving it that rebound chance, and that's just a really smart defense play from a defenseman at the point. As right now, a lot of chaos going down in Oswego's zone.
A lot of chaos moving on throughout the game as the pass there goes off the stick of Burke. They'll race for it, but it will be beaten out by Johnson. And it will go right back down the other end as things really reset here for Oswego State. Face off in the defensive zone, won by Oswego, cleared out by Shell, but kept right back in though by the Red Dragons. McCabe takes a tumble, blows a tire, but still keeps it in and brings it right down to the new corner. Solosnik looking to keep it. As Cortland will bring it right back in. Zenstein on the pivot, really regroups things, and a nice move, frees up some space for Oswego. Mucha, Corbett, and Hudon. Mucha down the near side, foul in front. Corbett deflection, and that one goes wide off. It ricochets off a couple of skates, and Cortland the other way, a 1-on-2. Going to be Losnick dumping it in. They'll get a change. Oswego right on the breakout. Corbett looking to clear, cannot. Brought back in though by Telewicki. Behind the net, she'll cycle it right back down for Schnorr, but it's taken away by Shines. Shines looking to just really barge her way all the way through the blue line as she will and clear the zone, but Cortland bringing it right back in and dumping it down. Levy knocks it behind the net, and drop pass by Zemlak intended for Webster, yields a turnover intended and grabs the puck is Gaffney. Grabbed back though by Hull as Oswego will regroup and potentially get a few changes along the way. Some open ice now for the Lakers as they'll reset things. And dumped right back in though by Oswego, or by Cortland. Zemlak finds Bednarik on the far side, dishes it over back to the near side for Hull. Over for Malone in the center. Malone, shot pad save by Gorgon. Malone tries to keep it in. Preston will instead. There's a few chops at it. Bring it all the way down behind the net is Johnson. Grabbed back by Cortland as it's going to be Eichmann looking to clear. Finds center ice for Raymond as it gets backhanded in. Preston will do her own backhand over to Malone as they'll regroup looking to clear. Bednarik on the forecheck cannot get it out. As Booth will just take a one-timer slap shot all the way around the boards. It will free the zone and free McGrath as she'll try and get a breakaway. McGrath in. She gets taken down. It was stick on stick, no call. There's an interesting turn of events right there. What was not intended to spring McGrath that quickly almost yields a penalty shot opportunity, but they'll continue to play on. Grabbed right back though. Cortland a shot from way out, eaten up by Lexi Levy. And they're winning the shot battle. They're winning the game. We do have an update from the IRA as well. Oswego now up 3-2 as Alex Wilkins would find the board for the Ice Knights to make it a one-goal contest.
So that was just a great play by McGrath there. Some great awareness, seeing the puck coming out to the point there, jumping that, giving herself that breakaway opportunity. As we have another opportunity right now with Shines coming down the ice. Trailing is Corbett, tries to find her in front. Nothing out of that. Easy cover for Gogren.
And we'll take a look at that break that McGrath had. And really, it's stick on stick. Puck was intended first. That's why we don't have a call.
That's just a good defensive play right there by number 19, Molly McCabe. Great back check, coming back. Really, instead of reaching, doing the lazy play, using just the stick, she uses her legs to get back, get in the range where the stick is effective without being a penalty.
It's taken back, though, by Annaborn for the Red Dragons. Dishes over for Losnick. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, my goodness, what a save. Lexi Levy on the one-time rebound blocks it away over the goal to keep it a tie game. Bednarik tries to bring it in, cannot, but it's brought back by the Red Dragons. It was Losnick. Intending for her sister, Mia Losnick, who drops it off for Jillian. Back for Losnick again. A shot blocked, though, by Shell. A chaotic last minute, one would argue, for both teams, really. 5:49 remaining here in this second period of play. A 1-1 game, 2 points huge on the line for the Newell standings currently, as Canton got a win today. Huge 2 points. A pass intended for Hudon doesn't get anyone. It'll go all the way down for an icing. As you can see, Coach Digby very frustrated right now. Can't really tell on what, but we'll see the opportunity here for Cortland.
Yeah, we take a look at that replay. Just coming down, a great save by Levy. And then coming down, Cortland tries to put one on the board. Levy says, no, check this. This is my waffle board. Rips that one right away into the corner. No chance for Cortland. She keeps this game 1-1 on a great save.
Puck coming up to the point, but sent right back down low is Gaffney. Over along the boards, trying to hold the line was Johnson. Gaffney again, feeding one out in front. Can't get anything going there. As Cortland maintains possession, it's going to be Telewicki. She gets taken down by Zenstein. No arms are raised there as we'll play on. Kept in, though, by the Red Dragons. A shovel there by Persinger. She'll retain possession again, deflected, and that goes over the goal. Taken to the boards was, it looks like, Malone. A puck up right at the point. Shot deflected. Save, rebound out in front. It's a skirmish out in the slot and cleared by the Lakers. As a huge save again by Lexi Levy keeps it a 1-1 game.
And have a day, Lexi Levy. She is standing on her head today. Some of the saves she's made throughout the course of this contest, Turge, I don't know how it's a 1-1 game still right now, honestly.
A team effort is what we're seeing out of this Oswego State team, trying to overcome the adversity from really the first 3 games, go on a 3-game winning streak and trying to make it 4 today here against their I-81 rival, the Cortland Red Dragons, as it's Haas in the far side corner. Haas for Grugan as she gets tied up, sent along the strong side, and kept in though by the Lakers. Looks like Zemlak will hold the line, tries to hold it one more time, cannot. Webster just finds it and dishes it over to Grugan on the near side. Grugan fed one out in front, intended for Haas, no one there. Kept in though by the Lakers was McGrath. Grugan one more time, she'll send it deep. As the Lakers will go for a change. A drop pass off for McCabe. An intended saucer pass blocked by Benderick, kept in though. MacArthur will finally find the neutral zone. Zemlak swinging at it, but it's taken right back up though and sent right in by McCabe. Webster for Hull. Dishes it towards the center was Malone. It's taken back though by Donegan and she just sends it right back in. Cortland on the forecheck. Kramer. Taken away by Zemlak. It's grabbed by Bednarik. Over for Hull. Hull puts on the brakes as she gets taken to the corner. Bednarik also there. She gets tied up. As the puck comes free, it's Bourgeois behind the net looking to break out. Cannot, and will skate it out under her own power. And bring it across as a close contest here. Booth gets taken to the near side corner here in the Oswego State defensive zone. Bednarik with it now. She finds Hull. She'll get a stick on it. Will it go down the length of the ice? It will not. No icing, so Oswego State will get a full forwards change here with 2:30 remaining here in the second period of play.
And what a second period this has been, really going back and forth as Shines comes down on the close side wing here, tries to find something, but gets put down in the corner. Just a back and forth second period so far here, Turge.
Shines on the forecheck, couldn't get anything going, trying to hold the line though, was Zenstein, cannot. Preston corrals it back, a chop pass and spinning puck deflected by Shines, and right back in the offensive zone. A little bit of a chippy play, but it works out in the end. But Cortland breaks out quick. It's going to be Mia Losnick bringing it down the side. He's got Donegan down in front. Losnick trying to free something up. Gets to MacArthur at the point. Over for McCabe, a shot. That one gets deflected wide. Zenstein tries to pitch it along the boards, but cannot, and it's kept in though by Cortland. Trying to feed the slot was, looks like Donegan, but it's taken away. McGrath down the near side, just fires one on, save, rebound. She gets taken down right after the rebound came free, but it'll be covered up by Gorgon, and we'll have a whistle.
Yeah, and McGrath, as we mentioned earlier before the game, she's coming on a goal streak and a point streak. 5 games in a row with a goal, 6 with a point. She's trying to do everything she can out here. Shell heads to the tunnel in this game so far, so we'll wait for an update to hear on what's going on with that.
Looks like she was just getting a breather. She's back on the bench now, but nonetheless we'll play on. Minute 15 remaining here in the second period of play. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you. McGrath gets tied up. The bench reacts looking for a call. Can't get anything going. Cortland bringing it across the neutral zone. Still get a change. McGrath comes off. Hull will come on. Puck gets knocked down by Lexi Levy. 1 minute remaining here in this second period of play. A 1-1 score here for the Oswego State Lakers. A great matchup so far, and really just a great team effort for this team. A 1-1 game. They trailed 1-0 to begin with. Found the puck luck to get the back of the net to make it 1-1. As Zemlak looking to clear as the pass gets knocked down by Bourgeois. Haas brings it in instead, but it's cleared right back out, though, by the Cortland defense. Swatted right back in by Kramer as Bednarik dropping back. A deflection there goes into the stands. We'll have a stoppage with 18.8 seconds remaining here in this second period of play.
And a really, really wild second period, honestly, so far. Oswego came out looking like a whole different team. They had some mistakes that they made in the first period that cost them. For example, that one play that Schnorr came down 1-0, scores that. Oswego cleaned up the zone defense a lot. They've been looking a lot better in their own zone. And when it comes to neutral zone play and offensive zone play, they have really been dominating this second period so far. As Bednarik comes down and she gets an opportunity.
Scores! Simone Bednarik roofs one, top shelf over Gorgon, and with 8.8 on the clock, it's a 2-1 game in favor of Oswego State.
And that one right there is just a work of art, Thomas. She comes in, she does her Sidney Crosby impression, hits him with that top shelf backhand. Couldn't have been more clean than that. As we see it coming down, just roofs it backhand. What an excellent play there. Coming down, catches Gorgon off a little bit uncomfortable, expecting her to come across the ice more. Just lifts it, puts it right in. Oswego now leads 2-1 going into the third period here. The Lakers are showing some life after a slow first period, and they look to keep this momentum going.
Some energy on the bench to end that second period of play. Oswego State and Cortland now in favor of the home team, taking a 2-1 lead as we end the second period. Shots in favor of Oswego, 15-13. As Simone will get the goal. As really Oswego State taking the lead late here in the second period. Bednarik unassisted. Oswego State gets the lead to go into the final frame against the number 12 team in the country. Welcome back inside the Steve Levy press box. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you for tonight's contest. And Kyle, really just a back and forth game, an exciting game to watch, and we really expected nothing less.
Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned before in the pregame, the last 7 contests had either been a tie or they've been decided between 1 goal. So we knew that given the history of these teams, it was going to be a really close matchup coming in here. 2-1 at the end of the second. I don't know if I would have expected that one, but Oswego really came to life in the second period here.
And one of the players that really has came to life for this program for Oswego is Lexi Levy. She's been lights out for this team as soon as she got to the program and took over really the starting roles and has done well for this team.
Yeah, she's been playing amazing as the starting goalie so far in this season. Like you said, they had a rough start to the year, but she's been able to bring 3 wins in a row. They're looking to make it a 4th win in a row right here tonight if they're able to hold on to this 2-1 lead. And she's made some amazing saves throughout the course of the game, whether it be sliding cross crease to try to stretch out, make the save, get in a glove. We had that one in this period where they came down, got the good shot on the close side wing. Rebound comes right in front. She blocks it away. Perfect opportunity for Cortland, but Levy blocked them.
Levy played lights out, and I mean, we talk about the scoring opportunities for each team. They've really been all over the place for both of these teams, where both teams getting quality opportunities. As we'll take a look at the first goal for Oswego State.
As we look right here, it's just a shot up top from Webster, and Hull just with a great deflection in front right there. Able to maneuver her stick to a position where it's going to bounce off the stick, but then it's still going to come back towards the goal. You know, get a piece of it, not the whole puck, and stop it.
Now the second goal, Simone Bednarik getting it for Oswego State with 8 seconds remaining here in this second period of play. So if you're Oswego, you're really going to start off this third period.
Yeah, and like we've said before, and last game we mentioned it a few times, Oswego is their strongest when it comes to the third period, as we see right there, Bender coming down and just lifts that backhand top shelf to extend the lead to 2-1. But they've outscored all of their opponents except for London in the third period so far this season. So if history stays true, we can expect Oswego to come out on fire and a really dominant team this third period.
You're always a history guy. You're always a history guy.
What can I
and
say?
I say it again and again. But we'll take a look at the period summary, where it's really been a 50-50 contest. You look at it, I mean, Oswego State getting the saves as well from Levy and Gorgon. It's really been up to the goaltenders tonight.
Yeah, as we take a look at the shots, we're going to get away from the history and look at the now. 28 shots for Oswego, 25 for Cortland. Both goalies playing out of their mind, keeping their teams in this game. And that's a test of why both of these teams are better teams in the Newell this year. Goaltending is an extremely important part of any hockey team. But when you're in a conference as competitive as the Newell is, having a solid goaltender is essential. Keeping the pucks out of the net with so many elite offenses in this league.
Now you're going into your final period. On both sides, you're looking at really a huge 2 points in the standings. If you're Coach Digby, where do you start?
Come out with the same momentum you finished the period off with. Don't settle at all whatsoever. There is no room to settle against Cortland or any game, really. You play until that final buzzer goes off. It's a 60-minute game, not a 40-minute game. You have to finish it off.
You got to finish it off. 60 minutes of play in total. 40 are down, 20 to go. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the third period is next. welcome back to the DevRef Stanley Ice Arena for period 3 of a very close contest between the number 12 team in the nation, the Cortland Red Dragons, and your Oswego State Lakers. Welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego here on a cold Friday night. Thomas Turgeon, Kyle Spizak with you. And speaking of close contest, Kyle, we do have an update from the Ira S. Wilson Arena down in Geneseo. A 3-3 game going into period 3. Geneseo scoring 2 unanswered after Oswego went up 3-1. According to our press sources down there, courtesy of WNYO, our sister station, the Laker Radio Network. First 10 minutes, according to them, all Oswego. Last 10 minutes, all Geneseo. We got a barn burner there. We got a barn burner here. It's a 2-1 score against Cortland here at the Deb. Let's see what this period brings for the women's as well as the men's.
Yeah, 2 huge games, 2 electric games, 2 games that are going to have really, really important implications when it comes to standings at both the SUNYAC for the men's and the Newell for the women's as puck drop is underway, and we have 20 minutes to decide a winner.
20 minutes in, and here we go. Period 3 underway. Shines brings it in, finds Corbett on the left side. Shot there. That one goes just over the shoulder of Gorgon and off the glass, and Cortland will break out. It's going to be Kramer finding Cromer and dumped right back in, though, by the Red Dragons. Zenstein, the puck rolls off. Her stick came free. Shell brings it up. Finds Shines. A chip pass intended for Corbett as it goes fluttering away. It's picked right back up, though, by Shines. Brought in as she got tied up by MacArthur. Cleared right back out, though, by Cortland. Not letting anything really get going. It's going to be Mia Losnick bringing it back in for Cortland. Webster trying to sweep it away into open ice, and she will. Corbett with a high stick, but it was cleared, but kept right back in, though, by Cortland. Malone brings it as she'll try and dump it in. Cannot. Shell has it. She tries to pitch it to Malone. Cannot. They'll get a change. A couple more fresh legs for Oswego. Nothing really starting out of either team in this first minute of the third period. Dumped right back in by Oswego. Gorgon tries to knock it down. Cannot.
A lot of back and forth play to start this period so far. Nobody really able to maintain possession of the puck and take over the period.
As a backhand pass finds open ice for Bednarik, who had the second goal in the second period of play for Oswego State. Malone gets taken down, and Cortland will break things out. It's taken back by Cromer. Bring it down the near side. Hall ties her up, and they'll collide with an official. He's brought back up top, finds McCabe, shot wide. Hull, the first one on it, just looks to find Bednarik in the center, cannot. Malone, Booth, as everyone peeled to the far side and found open ice. Maya Booth just dumps it in as it goes off the skate of Johnson. As the defenseman will play forecheck this time. Grugan, the second one in, just chips it over to the far side. McGrath racing for it. Preston hesitant on the pinch. She'll keep it out of the Oswego State defensive zone. And offside for Cortland. Right now, no team really getting anything going. Oswego still leading 2-1, 17:40 remaining here in this third period of play.
Yeah, it's kind of a up in the air kind of game right now. Well, period, I should say, not so much game. Both teams aren't able to maintain possession of the puck. It's kind of just falling off their sticks. They're dumping in, chasing, but when they're chasing, they're not able to get possession, set up the cycle or anything like that.
Shell for McGrath, a bank pass, but slammed right back in, though, by Cortland. Kept in, a one-timer shot by Johnson. That one gets blocked by Haas out in front. Looks to clear as Oswego will carry it out. It's McGrath over for Grugan, a 2-on-2. Grugan just chips it by Persinger. She'll bring it in. Grugan, drop pass for Haas. Sends it all the way back up for Shell. She'll chip it right back in, gets knocked down by Haas. A backhand pass as she gets slammed. Haas looking for a call, but nothing there. Burke on it now for Oswego State as they just chip away along the sideboards and sent to the opposite corner where it'll be Eichmann taking it, but Kirikostas peels her away off from the puck. Zenstein on the pinch, and she'll bring it right back in for Oswego as the puck rolls off her stick, but it grabs it back. Zenstein shot, saved by Gorgon. A quick poke by Kirikostas just before the whistle, but close opportunity for Oswego there.
Yeah, and a great opportunity for Oswego with Zenstein pitching down on that one, coming down in the zone. Let's check the replay here. She has Mucha backdoor, just not able to get the pass over there. A crashing Cortland defender takes away that passing lane, so she just has to try to get that shot off, get something out of nothing.
Face off won by Cortland, sent back was going to be Bourgeois, and rims it all the way around, but slammed right back in though by Webster. Kirikostas looking for Burke, the puck gets knocked down by Kramer. Webster peels back, Kramer with the stick, keeps it in the offensive zone. Kramer, a drop pass there, finds Cromer, shot save, rebound taken away by Webster. Oswego now trying to get some speed. Kirikostas with it, she looks tired, but she'll drive towards goal. She was taken down though by Bourgeois. She'll go sliding into the corner. Oswego will regroup, trying to get some fresh legs out there while also trying to maintain some offensive possession time. As Hudon will pressure, but it'll be an icing on the play, or offside on the play rather. We'll have a face-off right in the neutral zone.
And some really physical play for Cortland here in this third period. A lot of Oswego bodies down on the ice so far, we can see. Down in the corner there, Haas took a really big hit behind the net. Don't know how that one didn't get an arm raised, in all honesty. It was quite a hit, but play goes on nevertheless.
Booth looking to clear as the puck went really right off her stick. It came free, a nice toe drag there by Losnick. It's grabbed back though, Corbett looks to find it in the open ice. Preston on the, looking to fly out of the zone, so she got caught upper-ended, and Cortland maintains possession up at the point. A fanned-on shot by MacArthur finds the stick of Hudon. Oswego trying to go quick. Corbett tries to get it by. Hudon will just send it right in. It deflects off a few skates and frozen up by Molly Gorgon. We'll have a whistle. 15:09 remaining here in this third period of play right here on WTOP 10. Oswego women's hockey getting in right before the Thanksgiving break. A game tonight against Cortland, a game tomorrow down in Cortland, and that game home back here at the Deb on Tuesday against William Smith. We'll have all the action for you at home here on WTOP 10. Schnorr will clear it out. Zenstein the poke back as she brings it back and looks to send things right back up the strong side though. However, it's kept in though by Schnorr. Schnorr for Bednarek. Looks to clear it out, cannot. Zenstein looking to break things out. Cuts back. Trying to look for someone to pass to as Cortland really smothering this breakout opportunity. A shot thrown on goal, but it was blocked by Malone. Cleared out though by Hull. Bednarek on the race for it. As Cortland will bring things back and regroup. Zwolak, Malone battling for it along in front of the Oswego bench. It's grabbed back though by the Lakers. It's Zenstein, a nice move. Dropped over for Hull. Malone looking to carry it in, make a zone entry. A little lack of communication there. Trying to clear but cannot. Bednarek will dump it in instead. Hull behind the net looking to feed Bednarek out in front. Haas for Zenstein. Throws one on goal there. A spinning puck right into the glove of Molly Gorgon. We'll have another whistle. 14:03 remaining here in this third period of play.
Very back and forth period, and it's kind of stayed that way from the jump of this period. Really, no teams really taken over the throttle so far here in the third. Cortland had a good possession down there in Oswego's zone for a little bit, running the trap. The trap is one of the most effective zones that you can run in hockey.
Eichmann bringing it in and goes all the way around the ice. Oswego looks to clear and collapse on the near side boards. Eichmann and Zemlak giving a few shoves. Things getting rather chippy here in the final frame of play here in the Deb. Haas slowing things down, looking to fly McGrath, but she couldn't get enough of a stick on it and fans on it. It was going to be Metcalf going off her skate. It's grabbed back though by the Red Dragons, and Eichmann really irritating everyone as she's been really in everyone's kitchen, stirring up some nonsense. It's grabbed back though by Grugan, looking to dish it over to Haas, cannot. It's taken right back though by the Cortland Red Dragons, and it's cleared out by Cromer. Sent right back in though by Webster. No ice, it's waved off. They'll send it right back around the near side. Kirikostas knocks it down, fed out in front. Burke couldn't get anything there. Booth will keep it in by just sending it right down the far side corner. as it rims all the way around back to the near side corner and cleared out by Cortland. Burke finds open ice and just dishes in, intended for Mucha, cannot get anything there. Sent right back in though by Cromer for Cortland, as a couple will get a change. Really love what we were seeing in that first period of play. Nothing really in terms of possession time, but just back and forth 50-50 contest. Booth goes sliding like a slide tackle in soccer. And a nice block pass there. As Preston looks to clear, cannot. Mucha battles for it, takes a swing. As it finally chips its way out, it'll go down the length of the ice, and it will be an icing. They cannot get a change. They've been out there for quite some time. All five of them, both Booth and Preston, Burke and Mucha and Kirikostas on the ice as well for quite some time. They can't get a change. It'll still be a face-off, and Oswego will get a change. Coach Digby, not really sure what for in terms of the timeout. Maybe just get some rest, maybe reset, maybe a little bit of both. We don't know. But either way, they still have the lead, but I don't think he's happy with the way their team has started off here in the third period.
No, definitely not the same as they were playing there in the second. Cortland's been utilizing the 1-2-1 trap in Oswego's defensive zone, which has really been shutting down Oswego when it comes to trying to break the puck out. Basically, what the trap does is when you try to hit the wingers over on the corners, Cortland's instantly got a player on them, making it hard to try to receive the pass and then do anything with the pass. It's hard to do something with the puck when you got somebody on you as soon as it touches your stick. So Cortland's doing a great job at putting that pressure on the second the puck gets on Oswego's stick. Oswego's just, they've got to try to break the trap, find the open ice, and the way you do that is constantly moving. They've been caught standing flat-footed too much in their own zone. They got to get moving. As we have a replay here, a nice chance there for Cortland, but Levy, like she's done all night, just knocks it away. And then there we have that play where Mucha goes down kind of hard. No call on that one. Really just, it's been a goaltender's battle so far, Thomas.
It really has. I mean, you look at a 2-1 game. We're curious to see how many goals were scored tonight. Both goaltenders have done very well for their respective teams going into tonight's game. And look, on the other hand, head coach Rick Filiguera for the Cortland Red Dragons really bringing a revamp to this team. Last year set single season records for goals for, goals against average, save percentage, as well as 12 individuals on his team getting double-digit point numbers. So really scoring by committee for this Red Dragons team. And defense on the other hand, defense was winning games as well as their offense for Cortland. Didn't make it to the national tournament, fell just short in overtime loss against Plattsburgh in the Newell tournament, which sealed their fate for the year. Just a little unfortunate, but nonetheless a well-rounded team. Zenstein, a clap bomb deflected out in front, and what a save. Molly Gorgon, she seems a little shaken up, but she'll get up there. Oswego midway getting really some quality opportunities.
Yeah, really just that opportunity right there was amazing. A great job by Gorgon to be able to get out in front and knock that one down. Zenstein with an absolute ripper from the point there. Loads it up and just claps one home. Good deflection in front by Hudon too. Just puts it right into the chest of Gorgon, but that's good goaltender play too, recognizing the tip and being able to get in front.
Shot blocked there by Zemlak, and it'll be a delayed penalty as she gave a shove to Schnorr. It'll be for interference. Cortland will go on the power play once again against this Oswego State team, and we'll see how that plays out for him.
And Oswego, much like they have all season long, finding themselves in penalty trouble yet again. That has been a major problem for this women's team so far this season. They're averaging around 10.8 to 11 minutes per game in the box. And if you want to win games consistently throughout the year, you cannot be taking upwards of 5+ penalties a game. Putting your team down a man for that much of a game, near half a period, that's a huge advantage for the other team, especially when you get against these teams like Cortland and Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh coming in the first week in December, so another good team coming to the Deb relatively soon for this Oswego State women's hockey program, as Cortland will go to work for their 5th power play opportunity. Battling out in front was Halasnik The shot got blocked out in front. Drop pass Malone intended for Shell. Can't get anything going there as Cortland will reset, try and get something going there. They haven't really found their structure on the power play so far in this game as it's dropped off for Bourgeois. Fires one on, deflected wide. Bednarik just really pushing herself along the boards and gets it out to center ice. An active stick creates a relentless forecheck as she'll go off the ice for a change. McGrath on, trying to get back into the defensive zone to help out her team. And it's foul in front, nice deflection. Hover takes out a couple defenders along the way. Was Zenstein, and out in front, deflection, save, rebound. Another shot, that one goes off a skate. Trying to clear was McGrath, couldn't get anything there. As they're trying to clog up the passing lanes, fed one out in front was Bourgeois. As it's poked away on front, shot, save, rebound, and another good stop by Lexi Levy. A quality PK so far for Oswego. They're pushing everything up top to try and get to Bourgeois, and then once they get right up top, their points are really collapsing in on that defender.
Yeah, this team, the power play for Cortland's been really, really good so far. Hasn't related to many goals, but their scoring chances have been off the charts, as we saw there. A lot of movement of the puck in front. Oswego did a good job clearing the front of the net there for quite a bit, but Levy comes up big there after a while. Cortland does get an opportunity. She gloves it away.
Hacking and slashing right at it for Cortland as they'll reset. It's back up top for Losnick. Shot, save, rebound, covered up. Things get a little physical. McGrath trying to clear the net, and we do have a little bit of a brouhaha, but nonetheless, it's cleared out by the officials. Nothing really to gawk eyes about, but a little bit of physicality goes a long way between these two teams. They played each other 3 times this season, played each other 4 times last season. You do have to somewhat guess that frustration and irritation between the two teams does boil over in the upcoming matchups.
Yeah, when you see a team as much as these teams see each other, especially given how the season ended for Oswego last year, there are going to be some remaining feelings about the last season's end that are lingering around. So almost have ourselves a little bit of a Donnybrook there, but no penalties go up on the board.
Now Oswego will kill off their 5th straight penalty as they go perfect 5 for 5 so far to start off this game against Cortland. A great job on the penalty kill. Went 4 for 6 against Morrisville. It's sticked away. Bednarik now trying to catch Cortland on a change. Simone Bednarik in, looking to get a shot off as she gets pushed over to the boards. Didn't really get tied up, just good angle there by Cortland, being able to get nothing going for Oswego State. It's going to be Johnson down the near side. Shot, that goes flying over the goal. This hole looks to clear. She's got some time, looks to send one for Bednarik. She cannot, as she'll get a change. It's taken right back out by Cortland. Oswego fighting for it in the neutral zone, dumped right back in though by the Red Dragons.
And you got to give Bednarik some credit so far as throughout this game. She's been absolutely electric. She's got the 2nd goal so far for Oswego. And on top of that, she's just been all over the place all game. She's been hustling to the puck in the corners, not afraid to get involved in those physical battles. Great game for Bednarik so far.
It's a race for it there. Not really a race, it'll be an icing, and the faceoff will be back down in front of Molly Gorgon. 8:11 remaining here in this 3rd period of play here on WTOP 10. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you, getting through this contest as Oswego looks to make it 4 in a row against the team that knocked them out last year in the playoffs. It's picked up McGrath's shot. That goes just over the goal. Right now in front was Grugan looking to slam it home. Cannot. Grugan peels it back, looks for Haas. She can't get anything as she was tied up. It's banked around the boards for Johnson. Back up for Schnorr and cleared out. Zemlak just fires one right back in. It goes off the high tipping point of the glass almost. It seemed like it would go out of play, but when not. Holding the line was Webster, but it's cleared right back out, though, by Telewicki and taken back by the Red Dragons. But an interception there by Haas. Corbett looks to get a stick to kind of sweep its way in, cannot. And it's taken right back out, though, by Cortland was Johnson. Feeding down the right side is Donegan. With speed, driving towards goal. Can't get a shot on. It's in the near side corner. Corbett flips it along the boards. It's turned over. Picked right back up. MacArthur sends it right back in. Zemlak clears out to center ice. As Cortland will regroup, it's McCabe sending it deep, going down as it corrals all the way to the near side wall. Corbett battling for it along the boards. Finally clears it out, and with some speed trying to shovel pass over to Shines, who swings and misses on the sweep and dumped right back in though by the Red Dragons. Oswego looking to get something going offensively. Cortland really not letting them get anything going in the offensive zone. Hall finally breaks it free and into the offensive zone. Go Oswego State. Hall with the drop pass and finds Hudon. One more time for Shine. She'll let that one go through. Hall blows a tire and just really loses an edge. Can't keep it in the zone. It's taken out by Cortland as Booth takes it. And it's cleared right back down. Mucha the first one on it. Tries to feed one out in front. Booth got tied up. It's taken back by Malone as she gets tied up as well.
And Preston gets it over to Bedrick. Mucha pushes it over into the zone. And Cortland's going to go back, pick up that one. That'll be Halasnik.
As Oswego really looks to get something going offensively. It's dropped off by Cromer, taken in by the Red Dragons and dumped in as a couple will go for a change. A full whole line change. Bedrick just chips it into open ice. It's turned right back over though. Cortland really suffocating that neutral zone, not letting Oswego even get a sniff of the offensive zone. As Shell tries to clear, cannot. It's taken right back in by Oswego, and Bedrick finally brings it in down the near side.
Bedrick tries to find it in front, but nobody is there as it goes off of the skates of a Cortland player.
The Lakers look to get something going. Webster shot save, rebound covered up by Molly Gorgon. And we do have an update from the IRA, although it's 5 minutes left to go here. There's 13 minutes remaining in the IRA, and it's a 4-3 Oswego State lead. Trent Grimshaw getting his second on the day for Oswego. 4-3 from the IRA.
And like we said, some big games for Oswego this weekend, both men's and women's. If they can both pick up 2 points in both of their respective conferences, that'd be a huge deal for standings, especially for the men's team in the SUNYAC.
Grugan looking for Haas on the back door. Zemlak looking to clear. Haas just swings it right back in. Zill pressure and a misfortunate bounce finds the stick of Schnorr and dumped right in on Levy, and she'll cover it up. Oswego being very protective out in front right now, a lot more than they typically were. I'm not saying they weren't protecting their goaltender to begin with, but it seems like they've added an extra edge to their game on the defensive zone.
Yeah, it's overdrive time. You got 4 minutes left to hold off this 1-goal lead that you got. And Cortland's coming in, and they're aggressive, and they are hungry. They're playing with a lot of intensity here in the final minutes of the game. If you're Oswego, this is the time you have to pull out the equivalent of what football calls the goal line stand. You got to do the hockey version of that and start running the blue line stand if you're Oswego. You cannot let Cortland get into the offensive zone. They're a fast team. They're really skilled. They have good puck movement, and they are going to find opportunities if you give them the chance to. So you got to make your stand at the blue line. All 5 players cannot allow that they can't allow them to get down into the zone and get opportunities, really. That's all it is for Oswego. This is 4 minutes, 53 seconds left in the game. It's all defense now.
It might be a little longer as we look in officials talking within the scorer's table down ringside. It looks like they're going to try and change the clock time. Things might have gotten a little out of hand, and so we'll find out in just a few moments. No one's in the penalty box, so one can only argue that was a clock malfunction, as really we sit here and wait as tick-tock, the time doesn't change. 2-1 Oswego. Shots in favor of the Lakers so far, 21-17.
Really just a solid performance for both teams. And one of these teams is going to leave victorious, and one of them is going to leave on the other end of that victory. But it's going to come down to who deserves it more, Thomas. It's going to be a game of there's 5 minutes left. Who's going to work harder on those last 5 minutes? Who's going to clear those pucks out? Who's going to go down in the corner and sacrifice their body to get that play? That's all it is at this point. It's who wants it more.
Looks like we're still discussing in front of the scores table. Coach Digby now all the way down right next to the officials, trying to figure out where they're going from here, what the discussion was. So we'll see if anything changes.
They added, it looks like 4 seconds to the clock. A very important 4 seconds, one might say.
Roughly about that point. I mean, said 4:53, and there was complaints about within 4 seconds after the whistle. So let's finally reset. We'll bring things back to where they should be, and that will be a face-off in the Oswego State defensive zone. The face-off's won by the Lakers, however, tied up and cleared out by Hudon. It rode the glass and hit, looked like Rhea Zemlak in front of the bench. But nonetheless, it'll be a face-off back in the Oswego State defensive zone.
Looks like it might have caught somebody in the good old cage, ring their bell a little bit, but not quite rung as much as Thomas Turgeon in a floor hockey game.
That was very clever nonetheless. 4:45 remaining here in this third period of play right here on WTOP 10. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you on the call as Oswego State up 2-1 against Cortland in Newell play. A huge conference game and very chippy to say the least as brawl across Delacourt, shot blocked away by Levy. As Hudon chips it out, finds Corbett one more time as she gets tied up as she tries to dump it in. Shines gives a shove. As Corbett finds the loose puck, tries to find Shines, cannot. It'll go down the length of the ice. Shines looking to tie up, Bourgeois cannot. As it's Kramer turned back over, kept in by Shines. She'll get tied up along the half wall, flipped up in the air. Kept in by Oswego. Zemlak a spinning puck right on Gorgon. And she'll cover up 3:54 remaining here in this third period of play between Oswego and Cortland. A close contest to say the least. And we talked about earlier, Canton getting the win against Potsdam and other Newell action today at Maxey Hall. 4-3 was your final. Canton never trailing in that contest. Potsdam working from behind that entire game. A shot there by Zemlak on the lopsided puck and a glove by Gorgon. We'll have another face-off, and clock really didn't change much. 3:51 remaining.
Yeah, back-to-back shots for Zemlak there, and we'll see if she gets off a third. She won't. She'll decide to pass it off instead.
Zemlak trying to hold the boards, and she will, so Oswego won't let Cortland break out just yet. As Bednarek sends it right back in. Hull going on the pressure on MacArthur. Mac Hull already has one today. Looking for two, and a couple ricochets off a few skates, and Cortland finally gets it out of the zone. It's going to be Losnick, excuse me. It's taken out again by Oswego. Hull looks to continue the forecheck, cannot, but it's taken back by Cortland. It's going to be Annaborn. Fed one out in front, and taken down was Losnick. No call there as the puck gets knocked down by Bednarek. This is kept in by the Red Dragons. That was Johnson on the deep pinch. Hull looking for the ricochet to get out of the defensive zone. Cannot. She's been out there for a while. Same with Bednarek. Malone the only change. As it's sent right back up top, finds Zwolner, and the shot there, it's gloved away by Lexi Levy. 2:33 remaining here in this third period of play between Oswego and Cortland. Lexi Levy standing on her head, keeping this a 2-1 game as we'll see the replay here.
Yeah, just a weird opportunity there, kind of just a chip shot. Levy easily gloves that one away for a face-off with 2 minutes left, 2:30, sorry. In the third. Oswego's just trying to hold on here as Haas is coming down with a bit of speed on the far side. She's got a trailer on her. Takes that one into the corner. She looks in front for McGrath, and a nice opportunity there, but it goes wide.
Grugan takes it away, and they'll battle in the corner. She'll try and eat some clock up and pin it to the boards. Really, overall, this game, you've seen Oswego's depth play a factor. Each line has looked relatively the same. None really standing out among the rest, all playing very consistently well as a unit. I think really that's what they've been trying to change over the last few weeks. Individual play, coaches stressed there's nothing wrong with individual play, but at the same time they want to be more of a cohesive unit. Gorgon was looking to go to the bench, cannot. Oswego changes. Keep an eye on Molly Gorgon as she'll try and look for the pull and give Cortland the extra man. Hudon on the forecheck, just gets the puck free. Shines brings it in.
And that's a huge play for Hudon there. That's good.
As Shines threw one on goal. The rebound at fed out in front. It Shines again. A shot that got deflected wide. Corbett picks it up. Cortland looking for a change, cannot. But it's taken right back out though by Bruzois. As they signal Gorgon, she's being hesitant. She's holding the blue line roughly. Cortland looking, trying to hold it in. Cannot. Corbett clears it out to center ice. Gorgon stays in her cage. Dumped right back in by the Red Dragons. Gorgon will go to the bench. Webster looking for the empty net. That one got blocked down by Mia Losnick out in front and right in front of the logo. As Hull takes it, she'll battle for it right in front of the Cortland bench. Losnick trying to bring it in. A 6-on-5, 39 seconds remaining here in this third period of play. Cleared right back out though was Hull. As it will go down and it will be an icing. 30 seconds left here in this game in the third period of play. You gotta guess, does Rick Filigera take a timeout here? He will. There'll be a timeout for Cortland with 30.4 remaining in the contest. A close game between these two teams. Again, we expected nothing less. It's been a 50-50 game. The stats don't lie, the history doesn't lie. And we have a 2-1 game in a barn burner here at the depth.
And you were doubting my history before the game here, Turge. But like I told you pregame, history repeats itself, and we have the 8th close contest in a row between these two teams. It's going to come down to the last 30 seconds of the game here. Can Oswego hold them off? This is their 6th time this game being down a player. And Cortland yet to put one up on the board while having a player up. But they've had their fair share of chances. Lexi Levy has been able to shut away most of them so far in this game, other than the one goal there by Grace Schnorr early in the game.
Cortland, you gotta guess, they're trying to set up something with a specific plan of attack. As you look currently, assistant coach John Briggs trying to attend to what they think is the way to go. Rick Filigera not really saying much. I think they're trying to focus on the main stuff, but we'll take a look. A couple key saves on each end. Molly Gorgon with a few. Lexi Levy with some as well. Shots in favor of the Lakers, 24-20.
And a
A couple wild opportunities.
A lot of opportunities for Oswego there in the last couple seconds, or not couple seconds, the last minute of this period. As we have 30 seconds left to go here, Cortland probably gonna run something similar to a 2-2-2 system.
It's sent around the boards. Bender, it clears. The puck is spinning. Will it get to goal? It won't, but it will be an icing with 20.0 seconds remaining on the dot. The bench is getting reckless here in front of us. Cortland looking to not receive their first loss of the year. Oswego looking to make it 4 in a row. Cortland looking to make it 5 in a row. As Oswego wins the draw again, cleared to the opposing side, but it's picked up by Donegan. Sent right back up, though, is Schnorr. Back for Donegan. Tries to throw on goal. It's sticked away by Webster. Sent to the corner. Oswego looking to eat this puck away. 6 seconds remaining. 4, 3, 2, 1. The Oswego State Lakers pull the upset and beat the Cortland Red Dragons in dual play. A huge 2 points on the line, and it's capitalized in favor of the home team. The green and gold getting the victory here for the Lakers. A 2-1 is your final. What a game, to say the least.
Really, that's all you can say is what a game. It was an absolute dogfight from the first puck drop all the way until that final horn that went off a few seconds ago. Both teams really battled their hearts out here. It was a matter of who got the puck to bounce their way more times than the other team did, and that happens to be Oswego here today. but Cortland had their fair share of chances throughout the contest, not able to net all of them home, and that is because of the fantastic play of Lexi Levy in net for the Lakers.
And overall, Oswego getting a huge 2 points to kick off the weekend. They will go to Cortland tomorrow to be back in action against the Red Dragons, so we'll see how this plays out for Oswego State. Huge 2 points for the Lakers against Cortland, but nonetheless, a big upset. Down goes number 12 in the country, and 2-1 scoreline. It was really anyone's game if you think about it, but Oswego taking the victory here today.
Yeah, they take down the Giant in Cortland, and it's going to be a big night of celebration for Oswego. Obviously, the last time these two teams faced off was the Newell playoffs last year on March 1st. Cortland takes the win in an overtime goal that it was a weird goal. It kind of bounced in behind Hebert, and that ended the Lakers season. So they played like they came out here and played like they were playing with a vendetta, and if you look at the score, it shows that they were.
Nonetheless, one of the players that really was lights out and has continued to be lights out. She was also she was the new HL goaltender of the week, Lexi Levy. She has been phenomenal ever since coming to the program. Just take a look. She's been lights out. Couple huge saves for number 1 in white.
Yeah, she was just been outstanding all game, as we see here. Great rebound control. She has one of the better rebound controls of the goalies in the Newell this season. She's able to push a lot of the pucks she faces down into the corner and limit those second chance opportunities. And just deflections, as we saw on that one right there, that gets deflected off a body or two in front, but she's able to react to that and move in front of the puck, keep that in front of her. She doesn't let a lot of pucks get out of her vision or behind her, so solid play for Levy.
And nonetheless, we'll take a look at the game summary. 2-1 was your final. The shots relatively similar. The saves overall relatively similar for each team, but it wasn't a special teams game. We continue to say this again and again. But you look at Oswego, they go perfect on the penalty kill, unlike last weekend.
Yeah, this was a big penalty kill weekend for Oswego. Going into last weekend when they faced off against Morrisville, they were 5th in the conference when it came to penalty kill percentage. Not the best. I think they were floating around 80%, if I'm correct. But this game, they go 100% on the penalty kill. They kill off all 4. A great, great display of just discipline. They weren't chasing around the zone. They were keeping everything outside, not allowing the inside shots from Cortland, making them take those bad opportunities from either the point or the half board, which really helps out Levy a lot.
And you talk about this team with discipline. They did take 5 penalties. The question is, their penalty kill looked really good tonight, but at the end of the day, you can't afford those penalties. Cortland's power play didn't come to show tonight, but they play the same team again tomorrow. You'd think they'd take notes on their penalty kill tonight and try and adapt their power play for tomorrow.
Yeah, if you're Cortland, you're studying that because that's 5 opportunities you had to get a leg up on Oswego, and you just didn't end up doing so because, well, whether that's Levy playing really well, Oswego playing good disciplined defense, or just the puck's not bouncing your way, that's something you want to study and look over. But at the same time, if you're Oswego, you have to know that they're going to do that, and you're averaging 10.8 penalty minutes per game. You can't keep doing that.
You most definitely cannot. I mean, you allow 5 penalties. Cortland had some really, really good opportunities. When we talk about Lexi Levy once again being the star of the show, tonight's second star of the game, followed by first star Simone Bednari. But this game wraps up. Another game still in action down in the Eyrie. The Oswego State men's hockey team, his last check, 4-3. That has not changed. It has been really a grudge match down at the Eyrie. Oswego looking to get their first victory against Geneseo for a long time.
Yeah, it was a really close match at the end of the second there. It was tied 3-3 at the end of the second period. But if we look over at the shots, Oswego's leading the shot category by a decent margin. that would be 40 shots on goal for Oswego so far in the game. So they're coming out with intensity. And like you said, this might, no, not to use the commentator's curse against us because we tend to have that problem here at WTOP 10, but this could be the chance Oswego turns the tide down in the Ira.
They do have a big matchup really against Brockport, but you look at Oswego, they go on the road against Cortland tomorrow. What's the mindset going into Alumni Arena for an afternoon matchup against the very same team?
Really, it's you got to take this win. You got to take it with pride because, obviously, like we mentioned, this playoff game last year, you have to take some pride in this win, but you can't let it get to your head either. Mind you, this was the number 12 team in the nation. They're ranked. Oswego is not. So maybe Cortland has a down night tonight, or maybe Oswego just played up to their true ability and showed the team that they are meant to be out on the ice. So if you're Oswego, really, all I have to say is you take the positives from this game, but you also have to look at what you did poorly and throughout the game and improve on that tomorrow.
Take the positives and move forward. Definitely won't be the same Cortland team down in their home barn. But that's going to do it for us. The next broadcast will be tomorrow night, where the Oswego State men's hockey team will face off against the Brockport Golden Eagles right here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. Puck drop scheduled for 7 pregame, live at 6:45 with Jacob Bradley and Kyle Spizak on the call. But for now, from producer Luke Rosenthal, director Mike Griswold, Kyle Spizak, I'm Thomas Turgeon. The Lakers take this one 2-1 over the number 12 ranked Cortland Red Dragons. From all of us here at WTOP 10, good night.